Alrighty, what is the deal, YouTube? What is the deal? It is I, Craig Harris, the Pope of Xbox, and church is about to start. So I want to say what's up to everybody out there. It is Saturday. We're in December, folks. I don't know if you all have not seen that Infinity War trailer for the Avengers, but go check that out. But yeah, here we are, December 2nd, Saturday, first Saturday in December. Hopefully everybody's having a good, safe one, a good, healthy one. I am off today. Of course, I wouldn't be here with you guys if not. I am working tomorrow, so I will not be able to do any podcasting till late tomorrow night. And then I'm off Monday and Tuesday, and then we're just going to let it flow from there. Also coming up here, you got Sunday, you got the Fox and DC Dark Clouds podcast tomorrow. You all go check that out. I'll be trying to listen to it. I'll be busy at work. So, everybody, hopefully everybody's had a real good one. So let's get going here, ladies and gentlemen, from the East Coast to the left coast or West Coast. What is going on? It is noon on the East Coast. It is, I believe it's 9 a.m. on the West Coast. So if you guys are waking up on some bed and breakfast things, what's happening, thank you for tuning in. If not, hopefully you listen to later. So shout out to everybody on the West Coast, Savage Huger and the rest of you guys. Big shout out to Trey BK, J-Dub City. Man, just everybody that's done everything, donated. Sick Humor TV. Go check out Sick Humor. He's rolling in like the Kool-Aid man and rolling through people. So yeah, but go check those brothers out. I'm still putting together some things, but you know how it is. Holidays, it's crunch time. So, but once the holidays are over, I'll have probably some real big general announcements. One announcement is I do know who won MPD. That is with Cyber Monday. I've seen the actual authenticated number. I saw the raw number Thursday. The raw number did not include. It didn't include Cyber Monday. It's weird looking at my calendar now because it's December. So it did not include Cyber Monday. So yeah, that actually gets announced next, I think next Tuesday or Thursday. So I think they'll announce MPD. But if you pay attention to what's going on, you can kind of see how that's going to go. And but we'll have to wait and see. How that month shook out. I don't know why it's that big a deal, for the simple fact that Sony could win MPD in November and lose in December. Nintendo could win for the next. I mean, Nintendo has won pretty much the whole year since that Switch has been out. And shout out to everybody that bought that Switch. Hopefully everybody's enjoying it. Another big item that was big on MPD. I can't tell you who won MPD because the people that told me are listening to this podcast right now. I can tell you that the two hot items for MPD was PlayStation VR and Nintendo Switch. PlayStation VR did a number that's, once that number is announced, people are going to be floored. Of course, the number I'm looking at, I've told you all, is the 4K television sets. And I need to see how those numbers look, because if we don't get more 4K TVs out into homes, there's really no reason for more quote-unquote powerful consoles to be made. So, because everybody can just have what they have right now. So, appreciate you, Stampede. So, shout out to all the new subs that have come in and I picked up. Basically, I am Craig Harris, the Pope of Xbox, so thanks for subbing. The reason I got anointed the Pope of Xbox is two reasons. One, because you got a bunch of lying-ass people out here in the Xbox community, and there were people that actually contacted me on Xbox. Somehow when you play on Xbox, they can contact you in the middle of your game, which I can't stand that. I literally can't stand that. So if I want to talk to you, I'll send you a message. And that's nothing against you all. I understand it's an interconnected community. That's one of the strengths of the Xbox. But there are a lot of people, I mean, just trust me, a lot of people that do not like these Xbox-centric podcasts. They think that they're being disingenuous. All right, I'm not going to call anybody a liar. They're just flat being disingenuous. So and they're insulting the actual person that's actually going out there, men and women that are going out there. They're just picking up their games and they're playing. Okay, which is 95% of the Xbox community. They're not online. It's like that old saying, if a man is happy and he's married, he doesn't talk about it because he's happy. If he's mad or if the marriage sucks, he can't wait to tell you how bad it sucks. So they've invented a narrative that the only reason why the PlayStation outsold the Xbox is because the media was biased against Xbox from the beginning. Because you do all understand, we understand that the media sat in the Microsoft meeting rooms and said, you're going to sell this thing for $500. I'm talking about the original Xbox, the one that came out 4 years ago in November. So it's 4 years and 1 month old. The OG Xbox, the one that's the size of a Volkswagen, you know. And but the media calls that. Then it disseminated down into a whole, okay, they backed off of the media somewhat, and the media is Digital Foundry. Because I'm not seeing like CNN or Fox News or whatever, MSNBC, CNBC, literally having biased podcasts against Microsoft, okay? So, and if somebody can send one to me, fine. I mean, you know, whatever, an article, a news clip of somebody just bashing the Xbox, you know, from the media standpoint, meaning mainstream media. So they said, okay, well, Digital Foundry is doing all these comparisons and it's making the Xbox look bad. Well, that's because Sony's president or vice president, somebody came out and said that 1080p is going to, you know, it's going to be so clear, it's going to make you a better gamer, which is garbage. That is trash. I mean, him saying that to me is a joke. I mean, but they took it seriously. They bent over, they spread their cheeks, they lubed up and said, yeah, it's going to do this. Therefore, more people are running off buying their system. Again, doesn't matter that Sony priced their system $100 cheaper. To them, that doesn't matter. It's kind of like, oh, well, yeah, but. You know, there's no yeah, buts to it. It's $100 cheaper, and it's giving you a similar experience. That's why it did. So I want to give a shout out to somebody in the Xbox community who has seen the light. And everybody knows who this is, and his name is Colt Eastwood. You all really need to go check out Colt Eastwood's video, and shout out to Colt Eastwood. This is not a diss on him. He did a video. It's about 18 minutes long. He posted it yesterday. I really need you guys to go over to go look at that. I didn't put the link in my description or nothing like that, so that's my fault. But you all need to go over there and listen to what he says. Forget that it's Colt Eastwood. I mean, forget that it's him. And this thing got to take off your caps and take off your BS cap and listen to what he says, okay? And I'm talking about the PlayStation guys and the Xbox guys. Listen to what he says, and he starts from the OG Xbox and the original PlayStation, okay? He breaks down what their sets are, their power sets are. He breaks that all down, okay? He even brings up how the OG Xbox was more powerful, way more powerful than the PlayStation 1 and 2. But you all go check that out. It's a good video, okay? There are some of them that are realizing it has nothing to do with power and everything to do with the ecosystems that are available. They know this deep down, okay? And so do not think that the Xbox community doesn't want to play the same games that are on the PlayStation, okay? They do want to play Horizon Zero Dawn, all right? They want to play Persona 5. They want to play a Nier Automata, okay? They want to play MLB The Show. If you don't believe me, the people who make MLB The Show had to have a press release because they got inundated with people from the Xbox community wanting to play MLB The Show. I mean, they literally had to have a press release. It was earlier this year. You all can dig that up yourselves. I'm not going to do that for you. And there's something else that the PlayStation guy and gal really needs to do and really needs to understand. That is that at this point, you guys are beating a dead horse. Now, I want to give a shout out to Titanfall Princess because she made a good point on her podcast yesterday. Honestly, guys, we don't want to hear about what's going on these other podcasts. Okay, I mean, you know, they're hypocrites. You do not have to tweet me or put in the chat, hey, Craig, such and such said this. I mean, if you're just in the chat in general, talking to somebody else, fine. But you don't have to address it to me because I know they're hypocrites. Okay? I called them hypocrites on their own podcast to their faces, and I'll do it again. But I don't get invited back on there because they know I'll bring up the fact that somebody mentioned that there was supposed to be a 1080p 60 build of Assassin's Creed on the Xbox. I still haven't seen it yet, okay? And I've got that game, and I've asked several people about it. So, I mean, I've said that. I've got a video of one of those cats saying, when the Pro came out, color me impressed by the Pro, okay? They said that, okay? So now that same person's trying to bash it. I've got video of people saying, hey, 4K native on all games. All games are going to look better. Okay, so if they want to, I mean, we could. So what they should do is just go play the games and enjoy the games, and that goes for the PlayStation people too. Look, I get it. If you're lucky, and I am lucky, I've got a 4K TV. So I'm lucky that it does HDR. There's a lot of people who went out and got 4K TVs without HDR this Christmas. They just didn't know they're mad now. I mean, they're taking them back to the stores. So I came from Best Buy day before yesterday. And I saw a lot of returns, okay, a lot of out-of-box buys. And so I'm lucky on that front. I'm lucky I have a PlayStation, okay? I'm lucky that I know that I worked out a deal. Big shout out to J-Dub City. We worked something out for the Xbox X, all right? And so I'm lucky that I have the ability to have both those consoles, okay? I've seen some games, not all games, running on the consoles, okay? I've seen Elite Dangerous running on both consoles. There is no difference. There's no difference, all right? And it could be because the colors of Elite Dangerous are your primaries. Or, you have an orange sun, a blue sun, a red sun, whatever, white sun. The colors are the same, okay? When you dock at the space stations, and I'm talking about the major space stations on Elite Dangerous, the color palette on the Xbox X is just a little more pronounced. It's doing a little bit more. All right, there is nothing major going on. That's Elite Dangerous. So it's kind of like, okay, that's Elite Dangerous. So I've seen Assassin's Creed. Again, because of the denser pixel count of Assassin's Creed, and this has been verified by Digital Foundry, the draw distances are a little bit cleaner, but the actual gameplay itself is the same. It's the same. So what the Xbox community has decided to say is well, that's the same thing as 1080p and 720p or 1080p and 900p, not understanding that 1080p is always going to be a full HD picture versus one that's not, and it doesn't matter. So if whether something's dynamic 4K or native 4K, if it's dynamic, it's going to have a softer edge on it versus a sharper, harder edge on a native picture. But people are correct. Digital Foundry is correct. When you sit back 5 to 7 feet, you can't tell the difference. It still hits that buffer, So they thought, and I think a lot of them thought the Xbox X was going to be if the Xbox X was going to do to PlayStation, what PlayStation did to the Xbox as far as 1080p, 900p, 720p, doesn't matter because the PlayStation has games in 900p as well. So, and I believe the PlayStation Pro, I think, is it Neo? Don't they have like a 800p build or something like that? But, the other game, the Order 1886, I mean, that's part of the launch of the PlayStation. That's 800p. And it's still considered one of the best looking games of the generation to this day. And it's an 800p game. So it just really depends on how the developers are deploying the assets of the game. The people who deployed them on the Xbox community, they looked like trash. I mean, you had screen tearing and things like that. So that's part of the thing. But again, go check out Colt Eastwood's video. And I know you can say, well, he's a fanboy, he's a this, he's a that. You know what? Go listen to that video. Okay? That's all I can say. And again, the PlayStation community, you all really, and I said this at the beginning of the year back in March, the PlayStation has won this generation. So you could give two damns about what these other people think. It doesn't matter what they think, in the words of The Rock, okay? Doesn't matter what they think. They have a right to their opinion. They don't have a right to their own facts. And indeed, if the Xbox was truly the best box and the best place to play, they wouldn't have struggled, because it wouldn't have mattered that they put the Kinect in the system. It wouldn't have mattered that it was $500. It was supposed to be the best place to play, quote unquote, air quotes right there. People would have still went out and bought it no matter what, supported it no matter what, but people didn't, because it's not the best place to play. That's empirical evidence, and you all just can present that and then say, look, if it had sold better, then you know, if it's the best place to play, it sells better. Period. It doesn't matter what else you say. It's not the best place to be. It does not have the ecosystem. It was $100 more expensive. And granted, it brought more stuff. I mean, like I said, the headset on the Xbox was way better than that earpiece that PlayStation had in that system. That thing was straight trash. It hurt my ear. My ear still hurts from that damn thing. I hated that earpiece. But that's what PlayStation did to offset the price. And again, check out that video, because he did a good job. So, and listen to what he says. Listen to just how he gets to the point of admitting what's about to happen, okay, this generation. So, I mean, Sony has sold 65 million consoles. Okay, I'm going to say that again. They have sold 65 million consoles, and that does not include the month of November. So for all I know, they're at an extremely high number. Everybody knows that the PlayStation 4, the slim one, that thing was sold out. I mean, at least in my state, the GameStop I went in sold out. Best Buy was almost sold out, and the one Best Buy that's about 4 miles away from me was sold out. So one closer to me only had like 15 left, and I got there at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So, I mean, I just do not understand why the PlayStation community, I know the community of PlayStation gamers is not online bashing the Xbox fanboy. It's the PlayStation fanboys that are doing that, and you all need to stop as well, because you're just as bad as the Xbox fanboy going on and on and on, okay? So it's almost like, okay, the football game is 56-16, and you need to understand, and you'll see, and there's championship Saturday to get today. So let's just say, for instance, that, I don't know, Oklahoma is just beating the hell out of TCU. Let's just say the score is 38-13. Oklahoma's up, 5 minutes left in the game, and a running back for TCU goes out and scores a touchdown and starts going crazy. I mean, that's the way the Xbox community looks. They don't think so, but when the news they got this past week about something called a PUBG, and there is no game called PUBG. If you all don't know the history of this thing, and shout out to Rambo's Corner, because he said it last night, I believe, him and Frozen Magna. But apparently, this guy that created the whole PUBG mod he was playing a whole lot on something called H1Z1, I believe, and he got so tired of waiting on those devs to update H1Z1, he created PUBG. And it's not even finished, and you had these suckholes running around talking about it's going to be 60 frames per second, and that thing does not run good. It doesn't run good now. I put a tweet out on what kind of computer do you need to run this game at, say, 4K 60? And somebody put in a minimum of something called a Pentium 2. Now, they did not put the GPU in. But if it's having trouble running stable with something called a Titan, there's some kind of graphics card called a Titan, all right? Don't you think something called a Titan is more powerful than something that calls itself Xbox? I'm serious. I mean, but again, they were like, well, this is what they said. Now, remember when I went on multiplayer podcast and I told the bot father himself, I said that the Xbox's first customer is the owner of the Xbox right now. They've got to get those people to move. If they can't get enough of those people to move, the people that are developing the games, the coders, are going to be like, okay, there's an install base of 30 plus million Xbox owners. Okay, there is a install base. They don't even have the true number of how many people have the X yet. They don't have it, but yet these front row riders thought that, oh well, everybody that the developers are going to bend over backwards again because they're idiots. I mean, they are this stupid. I mean, you can go around and say that I don't believe people are this stupid, but yes, people are this damn stupid. They actually thought a new device with zero install base was going to supersede a device with an install base. There are still more people with what? 1080p TVs, and there's still more Xbox owners. So imagine you are developing a product and you've got 30 million install base that can only run the product at, I don't know, 30 frames per second, and you have a new device that may be able to run it between 30 and 40 to 45 frames per second, but you got no number on how big that install base is. You're going, who are you going to develop for? Seriously, who are you going to develop the game for? Idiots thought that they were going to develop the game for the X because that's the highest denominator. But it's really the lowest common denominator because they're going to code to the lowest denominator. Okay? There's a reason why you can play. They didn't just develop, I don't know, Horizon Zero Dawn for the Pro. There's a reason why they didn't say, well, we're only going to launch this on the Pro. There's a reason why Guerrilla Games didn't do that, because the install base there's more PS4 regular owners than Pro owners. It's the exact same thing. So it's crazy where they have gotten to. They're really in over their heads at this point. Now, some of them yesterday, they took an L. You know, they took an L yesterday, and to me, they took a permanent L. Because there was no way for PUBG to run at 60 frames per second. And yeah, the developer, there may have been some coding they did that it did hit 60. Okay, let's just be honest. They may have gotten some things in that do hit 60, but ultimately, what this is coming down to is that, look, the reason why they jumped for joy and they walked around with a chub when PUBG was supposed to hit 60 frames per second was because they know, and I know, and you know, that the Xbox does not have any apps. They don't have that killer app for it, okay? So they're thinking, and they don't care that PUBG is coming out of the PC realm to that console. They don't care. It's like, okay, if you already want to play the game, you can play the game on a PC. You can play the game on a PC. But they don't care. They don't want to have to do that. So they're thinking, okay, this is the most successful PC game out there, which is not. That'll be like World of Warcraft and things like that. And it's like they didn't know that PUBG, that creator, they're making a mobile PUBG game. They're making it because there's more people with cell phones and PlayStations and Xboxes combined. So of course you want to get the game to them too. So and it's like shout out to you, Keith. This is what you're dealing with. This is why I'm like, well, and I'm so used to saying I don't understand what they don't see, but they're really that stupid. They're really that dense. They're not saying anything on Twitter. Nothing on Twitter. They're not saying hardly anything. Again, shout out the the three people I saw, there were Xbox guys, air quotes, that came out and said, okay, Xbox is taking an L. I'll name them. And shout out to all three of these guys. It was Randall Thor, the man with the million. It was Kid Smooth, the best bot. And it was the bot father himself, Next Gen 720. All those cats came out and said, hey, look, we took an L right here. So those cats, cool. Those are cool cats, okay? They're admitting, hey, look, this was wrong. This is an L. They didn't explain in their video why it took an L, but now you know. It's because there's way more people who have Xbox One S's or regular Xboxes than Xbox X's, and they're not going to code to the Xbox X. That is stupid to code to a system that maybe sold 300, maybe 380 to 460,000. Okay, when you got an install base of 30 million. Okay, but they're that stupid. They actually, and again, these are the same cats that told you Ryzen was going to be in here. These are the same cats that told you that all the games are going to look and run significantly better. We know that's not true. We know it now. We know it now. Okay, and it doesn't matter. And to me, if they were willing and they opened themselves up to this because they bragged about games that came out 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Now these games are like, this is not that good, But we'll get more into that now because we are going to look at that Digital Foundry article. And that Digital Foundry article ends the entire argument about the Xbox X, what it can and what it cannot do. And there's no spinning it. There's nothing else. So, it's just, there's nothing you can say. This is from Digital Foundry. But that's it. That's the open soliloquy right there. And I was going to end with that, but it's Championship Sunday. So, or Championship Saturday, I should say. So, but we'll move on to here. So, Monster Hunter, let's go into Monster. Shout out to everybody here. Shout out to all you cats in the chat, all right? Shout out to all of you, all the mods, things like that. So, but yeah, you got cats that are taking an L, and the Xbox guys that you should listen to are the ones who have come out publicly and said, yeah, this is an L. There's other people though who are not doing that, and since they're not doing that, you just need to stay away from their podcast. All right, and because you're waiting on them to do something that they're not going to do. The Crap Gamer has not done a video that says that, and again, he's not going to. I mean, I can't say he's not going to. I would be surprised if he were to do a video that says how wrong he was and how he was going in on the salt. Oh, they're so salty and all this kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, you're talking about a group of people who have had hardly any new IP hit their platform. So anything that hits it to them is good. Okay, anything that hits it, So it's bad. I mean, it's real bad. Now, I don't care that the game is running 30 frames per second. All right. So because it's a console. If you want to go 60, you need to be playing on PC. All right, and if you want to say, okay, well, how come Star Wars Battlefront 2 can do it? Excuse me, how come Titanfall can do it? How come Call of Duty can do it? It's because those developers, it's because this game is coming from PC. It was never supposed to be on a console. Never. And the only reason why it's being published with Microsoft is because Microsoft wrote a check for it. Okay? Microsoft wrote a check for it. So, and it's them. It's not, Microsoft is not the problem. It's these fanboys and fangirls. There's fanboys and fangirls. And then none of them have got the balls or the tits to come in here and face me one-on-one. So that's just, they're not going to. So it's not like I don't reach out to get them on the podcast. They just are not going to do it. So, shout out to Jimmy B Gaming because he's a good Xbox guy to listen to. Everything Jimmy B Gaming has said about this device, when he does the ride around with Jimmy or ride along with Jimmy, has been 100% accurate. All of it, from the bottlenecking CPU to the other issues that some of the developers are having implementing some of the assets in it. It's just a reality, folks. All right, but he got hated on. You know what I'm saying? He got hated on. So by the Xbox guys, and then you take another quote unquote Xbox guy like Muscle Bound Gamer, who's set up there, was going to actually expand his channel to start reporting on some Nintendo news and Switch news, or Nintendo Switch news and PlayStation news. And again, these idiots said, well, if you go ahead and do that, we're not going to sub to your channel anymore. So, and instead of him saying, well, then unsub because you're just a fanboy, I don't need you here, he backed down. So now they're controlling what he said, what he's doing. He has no control on his own damn channel because he catered to the fanboys. His channel's bigger, way bigger than mine, and I'm not, you know, but that's just the reality. So now it comes down to, why are we listening to him? You know, so why are we listening to him? But let's get to the Monster Hunter here, because I'm a big fan of this, what they're doing with Monster Hunter, mainly because it has Aloy. Go to this article here, and I think there's a link in the description down there. So let's look at Monster Hunter news with Aloy. So let's see here. But apparently how you play with her is, it's a way to digital trends here. See how this works. And of course, there's a microtransaction here. It's a DLC. Here we go. This is from Digital Trends. That is an old article, but I hadn't been tracking this. First things first, the beta for Monster Hunter next Saturday. It's going to go from Saturday till I think maybe Monday or Tuesday. So you all go check this out. But allegedly, when the C says here that this is from Digital Trends, and this says, with Capcom's upcoming Monster Hunter World, the series finally makes its triumphant return to the PlayStation consoles. To celebrate the new entry, Horizon Zero Dawn content featuring protagonist Aloy's bow and full armor set is coming to PS4. So in order for you to play as her, and as if you want to have to have a PS4. So this is something with the content that they have. So it says, with additional, this is Palico armor available, players can feel as if they are running around as Aloy. This time, the dinosaurs are not robots. So apparently how this works is says when players just don the Aloy armor set, any player character will look like Aloy from head to toe. So this includes her facial likeness. So they've actually scanned her face for this. So so the player's armor will also be available to make it look like one of the machines from Horizon. Well, that'll be different. Goes into how this is done. Says in order to obtain this special equipment, players must first complete the Horizon Zero Dawn collab event quest after it is distributed to online players post-launch. So this is not going to be part of the launch package. This is a post-launch package. It says, through the event, special materials can be obtained by bringing these materials to the smithy, or the blacksmith. They just call them the smithy. The special equipment can be forged. Further details on the exact timing and availability of the collab will be revealed on a later date. Now, this kind of spins into PSX. One of my predictions is we're going to actually see her running around. When they show Monster Hunter World, we're going to actually see her running around in the world. So, and I want to pay special attention to it because I want to see if the person is actually physically moving like her. Because not only was that character stealthy, she brought kind of a physicality to what she was doing. And I want to see if that's going to be there. So this is interesting. This is one reason. And again, I was not going to get this game. But when I saw they were going to do this, I'm like, yeah, I'm buying this. I'll buy this. So, but apparently the reveal also includes the introduction of the Rotten Vale area. So it's littered with dead monsters. And I think during the demo, you're going to be able to play levels. So, which is cool. 1 or 2 levels. You can play it single player or play with a group of people on the demo, or the beta. So we're going to have to wait and see how that turns up. But I will be buying this game. I will get to it eventually. I don't know if it's got a release date or not. Okay, it says, take that back. It's January 26th for the PS4. So, yeah, over the PS4 and Xbox One. So it's a multi-plat game, but the Aloy DLC is native to PlayStation. Can't use Aloy on on the Xbox. So that's for everybody who buys this game, you know. So I'm not here to say, oh, it's going to look or run better. I'm here to say it doesn't matter what it looks and runs like. If I can't use Aloy, I ain't playing the game. So yeah, so it's going to be cool. So you're going to have the great Yagers. I can't pronounce that. And Jonathan or Bora. In order to find these beasts, players must explore ancient forests and the wide spare ways. So that's pretty cool. All right, this sounds like something that it's kind of like Witcher with with other people, because Witcher, he's a monster slayer too. So so let me come back into the chat to see what people think about that. So is this a game that is going to be on you guys' radar? Talking about the chat, or is this something that you're going to kind of wait and see the way it goes? Adopter stuff, but this sounds. Do you wait and buy it once the DLC hits, or do you wait? Do you just go ahead and buy the game outright and go from there? So I personally am going to probably just buy it and wait for the DLC. So, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Definitely have to wait and see how that goes. So, so what is going on over here in the chat? So, is this the Obi John? What's happening, brother? What is happening, OBJ? So, well, his video, I mean, technically, their videos aren't as much about damage control, about PUBG, as much as it's about them admitting that they came out and they made a mistake. So it's not about that. It's about what are they going to advance a higher standard. So, so it's what's going on, Savage Uger? Mark already has an order. Yeah, day one for somebody, Dion78. So the Xbox called out Mooch. Okay, well that's fine. So so everybody's looking for the Monster Hunter. That's cool. So now you platinum Horizon Zero Dawn, didn't buy Frozen Wild. Yeah, I heard nothing but good things about Frozen Wild. I've not been able to get to it yet either. So there's got a whole bunch of stuff going on. So but yeah, we'll move into PSX here because I want to get into my predictions and I'll bring up that screen. But shout out to everybody that's watching. So they can to Digital Foundry say that they say they're disappointed with the X. Wow. Well, I mean, again, I think the hardware on the X is really good, but it's got bogged down with the CPU, and so it's not like the games look bad. I mean, the games look good. So I've said that before, but yeah. So you all were still buying Monster Hunter. Well, Matt's Gaming got a gaming PC. Yeah, he said he was going to do that. Yeah, and he's got a Ryzen. I don't know what kind of GPU he has. I think he's got a 1060 or 1070, and there's nothing wrong with that. That 1070. It can actually run Mass Effect at 4K 60, depending on your CPU. So, and it runs it pretty well. But that's just my opinion. I mean, everybody's different. Yeah, Matt's, yeah, big shout out to Matt's. And again, it's not that expensive to do the PC. It's just, my goodness gracious, I was busy. So, so it's Eco remake and Ico remake to be announced. All right, that's fine. You're predicting the getaway. Well, let's take a pull that up here. My personal prediction is that they are going to announce. I'm talking about Sony. I think Sony is going to announce a partnership with Capcom. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that they're buying Capcom. I'm saying they're going to announce some kind of partnership. So, that's what I'm thinking. So, but that's just me. Okay. So yeah, no, I'm glad Matt's is doing. And once he starts gaming on PC, there's no reason to game on an Xbox X. There's just you've heard that from too many people, and I've heard that from a lot of PC guys. The 1060, I'm not for. Again, yeah, if you want to start here's what I've said before. I like and I agree with shout out to Ryan the Professional, because he's got a good build. He's got an i5 and he has that 480 GPU. That's a perfect build for people. That's like a $700 bill. All right, so everybody can do that. You're predicting Siphon Filter. Well, yeah, that's already been confirmed. Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah, that's been confirmed. It'll be there. There's also a lot of games that are out that are going to be there. So, yeah, I'm gonna pull that list right now, Andrew. Let's see if I can find it. I was able to find a Digital Trends article pretty fast. So, this article up real quick. So, ouch. Big 12 title games about to start here. Shout out to USC. I believe they won the Pac-12 yesterday. So who did I use? Now, let's see here. I don't know if I use GameSpot. Yeah, Media Molecule is going to be there. Yeah, this is not. That's not the list I saw. There is a Uncharted panel because it's the 10-year panel. So, but yeah, Ghost of Tsushima, Dreams, and all that's been confirmed. Now I'm trying to find. Hell, I'm trying to find what I just had up there. Maybe, was it Push Square? Maybe. I don't think I looked at Push, but let's pull this on up. Yeah, that wasn't it either. So, but shout out to hold on, wait a minute. Let's see here. Maybe it was a sub. I think maybe I went to this sub site. But shout out to J-Dub City. I believe he still plans on going to the conference. So, but yeah, let's see here. Sony's bringing 100. Yeah, let's try this one. I'm trying to find the one. I know what you're saying. You should have had this pulled up, Craig. You're sucking. Use this one. Here's what I use. All right, so let's use this one. Well, I try to cut down on my bandwidth so that everything is clear. So, but as you can see here, this is from Push Square. This is from this is from the 16th of November. So this list may have changed a little bit. So, but they're going to have 100 PS4 and PSVR games there. They're going to have at least 15 to 20 VR games. So these are the playable games that will be on the floor. Okay, now this is as of 2 weeks ago. So the ones that jumped out to me are, let's see here, this one right here. Did I just see Detroit Become Human? Yeah, Detroit Become Human. Dead Rising 4. Frank's Big Package, okay, that's different. So Dragon's Crown Pro, that's cool to see that come back. Far Cry 5, it's going to be playable there, okay? So you may see video of this, all right? So I'm looking for Far Cry 5 video, and I'm looking for, let's see, not Call of Duty. Is that Call of, yeah, World War II. Yeah, I'm out of that. The Destiny 2 expansion, which they said everybody just stopped playing Destiny like all of a sudden. So I guess I don't know if that's what they're waiting on or not. But Detroit Become Human and Far Cry 5, that's what's standing out to me. Fortnite or Fort Pub or Pub Night, whatever you want to call it. Because now everybody has that same mode on there. These are just the games that stand out to me. So there's other games, a lot of good ones too. Yeah, Lost Soul Aside, there's a special edition for that. That's actually, I don't know if you're going to be able to buy that there, if that's going to be made available on the PlayStation Store, but that's something to look out for if you're a collector. Monster Hunter World, of course, the aforementioned Monster Hunter World. Yeah, Guacamole 2. Yeah, I can't get into that. That looked like a piece of snot with smile on it. MLB The Show. I don't know. Is that the new one? I don't think that's the brand new one. So, but it might be. I'm not sure. Another one that I'm interested in, Sonic Forces is going to be there. Shadow of Colossus. These are the games that are just standing out to me. Looks like there's a lot of indies there. And these are all going to be playable. These are playable. So yeah, this is for now. My prediction again is for them to announce some type of partnership with Capcom. I'm not saying they're going to buy Capcom. I'm just predicting. I could be wrong. That's why it's called a prediction. I'm predicting that. So Shout out to J-Dub. He's driving from College Station, so I got him. So he will not be able to join us, but that's all right. Big shout out to him. Yakuza 6. I know OBJ. He's probably looking forward to that Yakuza 6 called The Song of Life, and all the other Yakuza fans. So the Nathan Drake collection will be there. So let's see what that's all about. Again, it's playable because I think it's the 10-year anniversary. Uncharted 4, Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I mean, wow, that's and again, I loved Uncharted: The Lost Legacy. I thought it was fun to play the game, had a ball with it. So yeah, and then we move into PlayStation VR. What stands out to me is Bravo Team. I'm sure everybody's waiting. I mean, everybody wants them to bring back SOCOM, and I just don't see that happening. People have said Siphon Filter. Okay, yeah, I understand that. That would be cool to see. Knockout League, I wouldn't mind checking that out. Yeah, Moss, I ain't into that. But I mean, I don't have a VR, but the people who went out, and again, PlayStation VR sold very well. That was a hell of a deal they had on Black Friday. So all these games, you had the Inpatient, which I think got pushed back till next year, but it's playable on the floor. So hopefully, shout out to J-Dub. He's supposed to be going, and if he does, hopefully these are some games he can check out. Then give and then he's gonna do a podcast. I think he's trying to hook up with the PlayStation Bra, and so shout out to both those guys if they're able to get something done out there. And I'll definitely be watching for that, and I'll let you guys know if they're podcasting or whatever they're doing. Even if it's a phone call, and to see what's going on out there. So definitely keep an eye out on that. It's not a priority though. J-Dub's going out there on his own accord. And so yeah, whatever he's able to put back out there, definitely will bring it to you if he's tied up or something like that. But shout out to everybody going out there. Hopefully you guys have a good time out there and be safe out there. I don't know what Skull Pirates is. A lot of things come to mind with that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, Shadow of Colossus. I know a lot of people are really looking forward to that game. Super Meat Boy Forever. That's Street Fighter V. So shout out to all these cats that are going out there to check that out. Hope you all have a good time. Talk about the people that are going out there. So let me come back into the chat and say what up to everybody another time. So yeah, huge list for PlayStation. I think it's going to be a scaled down PlayStation event because the PlayStation showed a hell of a lot of stuff at Paris Gaming Week. And allegedly, they did so well at Paris Gaming Week. There were people who canceled their Xboxes. I mean, because they're like, well, what's the point of getting there? Yeah, game over. Shout out to you. You saying Shadow Colossus day one for me. Cool. Yeah. I mean, I certainly hope that everybody saw something on that list that they are excited about. No mentions of Spider-Man on that list. You see that? So hopefully that's a surprise. And we may see something about Spider-Man at the Video Game Awards. We'll have to just wait and see on that. So that was not on the list. Red Dead 2 was not on that list. Far Cry is on there. So yeah, shout out to Ubisoft for that. So you didn't see the list. I'm sorry about that, man. Beto, is that you, Bear Hugger? So I had it up there screen sharing. So so yeah, Savage is looking forward to Shadow of Colossus. Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I wasn't big on Shadow of Colossus on the PlayStation. So Far Cry 5, yeah, no thank you. Yeah, okay. Well, so shout out to Bear Hugger. Bear Hugger 29. He's rolling around there in the chat. So, the Last Guardian Steelbook version. Yeah, I have to look into that. So Bloodborne. So you know what? I've never played Bloodborne. Never. So, nothing against the game. I'm just not into games like that. So, but I may make an exception for Bloodborne. Let's call you Fatal. Oh, okay, I got you. All right, I got you. I didn't know you left YouTube, brother. So, but yeah, you got it, brother. Fatal it is. No problem, man. So, Sony should use Blue Point to remake some of their older IPs. All right, that's fine. 101. What IP would you like for Bluehole to remake, or Blue Point? I'm sorry, to remake. Like your top 2 IPs to be remade. Okay, so not remastered but remade. Oh, that was my birthday month. All right, so damn. So, but Blue Point is a well. I don't think Blue Point. I think yeah. I didn't know that. So yeah, I'm interested. Demon Souls. Okay. Yeah, everybody says SOCOM, man. Guys, look, I certainly hope that does work out for you all, but I don't see them bringing that back. So yeah, I know I got to play Bloodborne, but yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff I got to play. Right now I'm replaying Mass Effect. I'm playing Mass Effect 2 right now. So every time I start on that, I can't stop. It's like Pringles. So SOCOM not going to work nowadays. Well, I mean, they can redo it. I would like to see like some Ghost Recon games back over on the PlayStation. So that's just me. I'm a bigger Ghost Recon fan than I am. But I did like SOCOM. I thought all those missions on SOCOM were neat. So Soulsborne life. Yeah. No, I mean, I've never played it. I've heard nothing but great things about it. So shout out to Porter Rock 77 because he said it's a great game. I just have never been able to get him in because it just looks like you're just going around slashing. And I'm kind of like, all right. So Shadow of War. All right, Shadow of Colossus. I'm sorry. Yeah. Still want Fable and Scalebound. Yeah, I think we all want that. So yeah, Corey, I'm playing Mass Effect 2 right now. My Xbox is actually still on. I'm just so you want a heavily sword? Yeah, I can't blame you. Yeah, I can't blame you on that one. Onimusha, wouldn't mind seeing something like that. Yeah, I think SOCOM is the big game everybody wants. But didn't Sony have to make some kind of announcement about SOCOM? So yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about Bloodborne. Nothing about that. Come on, E3 for Sony? I do not know. I'm still trying to play the games they announced in this E3. So. And E3, that is 6 months away. At least PlayStation Experience is in a couple of days. Legend of Dragoon, really? Okay. Well, I would like to see them bring back Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger. I mean, Chrono Cross is still one of the best games made on the PlayStation. Death Stranding I see that, but yeah, it was not on that list. So maybe we see that at Experience, or maybe we see more of that at the Gaming Awards. So they expect games. Yeah, that's what I expect. We don't know what Sony has. At PSX, yeah, we showed the screen, so we know exactly what's going to be there. So now what they announce, you're right about that. That's why it's called a prediction. So, and I just see what you all would like to see. What is your actual prediction? Are you predicting they're going to show SOCOM? So, I mean, is that your prediction? SOCOM would be, yeah, I mean, you got to admit, if they were to announce, let's just say they announced SOCOM and Siphon Filter. I mean, can you imagine? That would break the internet. That would break the internet. So, Sly Cooper 5, yeah. So, the Blue Point remaster of Metal Gear Solid 1, really? Metal Gear 1? Okay, that's a Ape Escape, yeah. Now you're bringing back some oldies, yeah. Twisted Metal, yeah. Would you like a remake or a remaster, though? So, I'm just asking, is that a remake or a remaster? So because the remaster of they had some that would kill Xbox instantly. Well, I mean, Xbox is doing okay for what they got. Okay, people gotta let's just be honest here. Nothing wrong with the Xbox. A new Bully game, that's Rockstar. We're just talking about what Sony would have. Doesn't Rockstar make Bully? So Twisted Metal, Siphon, and SOCOM. Yeah, I'd die. That would break the internet. So I'm not sure what bloody roar is. So So but I hope we get. I mean, because I think what's happened is that if you look at any of those games that you all have listed, mine on that list would be Siphon Filter. The only reason why I'm more into that is because of one, they added more people to that studio, Sony Ben, and two, they repackaged the name. So Agent set in Canada, okay. And also, it's going to be available to stream on Twitter. I'm talking about PSX. That's where I'll be watching it. Is on Twitter. So I'll have to go ahead and watch it there. So it's what I'm going to do. So, and I think is it the 8th or the 9th? So we're going to check that out. So yeah, SOCOM or Siphon Filter from Core. Yeah, now Siphon Filter, I could see why. Honestly, I see why. So. What about that other Capcom game, Dino Crisis? What if they announced that? See, my big announcement is my big announcement. Me personally, my prediction is they're going to announce some kind of partnership with Capcom. So that's just my opinion. Yeah, I think Dino Crisis may be on that list. That's just me though. SOCOM would replace Battlefield. Well, no, only because SOCOM is much more tactical based and Battlefield's open and is shooting. So, nothing against Battlefield though, but SOCOM, if I remember that game correctly, it was a 4-man SEAL team. So they would have to increase that to at least 6 SEAL team members. So Turok, okay. But isn't Turok in that other game, dinosaur game that's out now, isn't that pretty much the exact same game? New Mega Man. I would not buy that exclusively for PlayStation, only because in Mega Man, I would prefer that on the Nintendo. So what's going on, Cycle? So what is happening? So shout out to Cycle Gamer. So yeah, but that's what I would like to see. So I'm not sleeping on Game Beach. Yeah, I'm not for sure what that game is. So well, he ain't gonna be able to. Cycle Gamer's not gonna damage control this SKYRIM for the Xbox X. We're gonna get into that here in a minute. Driver is actually why we have Grand Theft Auto the way it is now, because of Driver. Driver introduced 3D schematics, and Rockstar Games is on record saying that. So, but yeah, maybe deep down we'll see something like that. But we'll have to wait and see what they announce. So, just so that we're doing that. So, yeah, I'm off today too, and I got to work tomorrow, and we're expecting some kind of Arctic blast, up here in this city in the next 48 hours. So, you want to do Dino Crisis? Yeah. Give me the Dino Crisis and let it be VR. What if they did Dino Crisis VR? That would be pretty cool. So our Jurassic Park game VR, but we'll have to wait and see. So, but yeah, let's go to this last and final article, and on this thing, how did I feel about a new Manhunt? Yeah, that was actually I liked Manhunt, but they said it was too. They said it was too controversial. Driver was trash. They kind of remade that with Wheelman. They had Vin Diesel in it, and but Driver is the reason why Grand Theft Auto looks the way it looks, because they had to make Grand Theft Auto up to that point had been this top down looking. You all can look that up. That's the way Grand Theft Auto used to be, but it's not anymore because of Driver. So, so yeah, let's go to the final thing here. We're gonna go look up this SKYRIM bill on the Xbox X. The reason we're looking at it is because these guys decided to start talking about games that were 2, 3, 4 years old, and I don't mind talking about some of the old games, but them bragging about it. That is some dog shit. that they're just bragging about it. So so we're going to end them right now. We're going to end this whole thing about the Xbox X, doing a little bit more. And I'm going to bring this on up right now. And well, here's what's funny. As well, I'm actually just going to share this right now because I always say a little bit more. Let's see the official thing from Digital Foundry that's on Google. I'm going to share this right now. Type this in. If you all, I'm screen sharing right now. Let everything kind of catch up there. But so it says SKYRIM 4K Xbox X Digital Foundry. Okay, that's Google. Okay, shout out to Google. SKYRIM on Xbox One X gets the job done, but we expected more. They expected a little bit more is what they expected. So and that's from Digital Foundry. So so it's so let's go ahead and dead this entire issue about the Xbox X. And this is not about I know the game's older, and that's not why I'm talking about this. I'm talking about it because suckholes online, Xbox gamers that have Xbox podcasts, and they want to brag about old games. I'm talking about they talking about hooking up with 2-year-old Lara Croft and like, oh, look how much better it looks and runs. It does not look that much better. Okay, it's not jaw breaking. Trust me, I've seen both builds of it. So here we go, guys. This is published by David Beaton. Or Beerton, I'm sorry, published on 12/2/2017, which is today. Today, this got published. And I've not really read this. So we're going to just read it, and we're going to determine if I was correct about saying it does a little bit more, or if these fanboys were correct, okay? So this is the final judgment, as far as I'm concerned. This is a Bethesda studio game. And Bethesda, they're remaking Oblivion, are remastering Fallout 3. They just did Fallout 4. So Fallout 4 was kind of a remake of Fallout 3, except you could teleport. You built a teleport device. Anyway, that was a mild spoiler. Okay, but here we go, guys. I'm just going to read it word for word, and everybody can just sit back and prepare for and again, these fanboys are going to get destroyed. So so here we go. Or I may get destroyed. I may be getting destroyed here. I'm reading my own doom. Here we go. Said this is from Digital Foundry. This is Eurogamer. Okay, see that? Eurogamer.net. SKYRIM on Xbox One X gets the job done, but we expected more. Okay, resolution apart. And remember, resolution isn't graphics according to Next Gen 720, and that's fine. So it says upgrade. Here we go. Says we've already looked at the Fallout 4 patch on the Xbox One X, and the impression there is that although massively improved over the turnout on base console, perhaps the visual sliders were pushed up a little too high, resulting in some issues with performance. So I guess the Fallout 4 version on Xbox X is running like garbage. Garbage. All right. I mean, just letting you all know. I haven't played it, but if it says performance issues, okay, maybe it needs to take some Viagra. So they're having performance issues according to Digital Foundry. It says now the verdict is in on Bethesda's companion SKYRIM release, and the end result is essentially the opposite. The consistent frame rate is admirable, and the developer is willing to be flexible on the resolution to get there. So, okay, they've chosen, again, looks like a frame rate over resolution. So, but we'll keep on reading. So if there's a surprise with this patch, it's that SKYRIM Special Edition patch on the Xbox One X looks essentially identical. This is the beast. 6 is greater than 4. 6 T-flops, 9,000 gigabytes of RAM and GDR5, whatever the hell you want to call it. 6,000 whatever of this processing power. 40% more powerful than the PlayStation and any other console. The most powerful console known to mankind is essentially identical to the existing PS4 Pro game. And I believe the PS4 game came out like, I don't know, beginning of the year. I can't remember. It's been a while. So, says which already delivers a native 4K presentation. All right, so PlayStation 4 Pro version of this game is native 4K. Not bad for a device that didn't target it, but they're able to get it with 4.2. They're getting native 4K on the Pro with 4.2 T-flops. All right, well, let's keep on reading. Says the same TAA solution is in place too, smoothing off the edges and reducing flicker on sub-pixel elements like foliage. Now, I had no idea that was happening. Okay, just so everybody knows, I had no idea that was happening. But okay, to them it is. So overall, the overall impression is detailed, rich, and very attractive overall, but it is essentially a 4K version of the existing console game. Again, that game's already out. Says further bolstering just a touch. Their words, just a touch. Can you say little bit more? Okay, by the inclusion of tweaks to draw distances, which can see vegetation elements push further out into the background. So what this is actually neat. I guess if you go to a farm, because there's plenty of farms in SKYRIM, you can actually see more carrots growing out of the ground. And cabbage and radishes and stuff like that. But all right, let's keep going. Says, okay, but if you're looking for further visual enhancements, SKYRIM on Xbox One X, again, 40% more power. Again, 40% more power. 4K console. Okay, what's the commercial say? No man should have all that power. Okay, SKYRIM on Xbox One X offers very little side. All right, so it offers very little. That's one sentence. But if you're looking for further visual enhancements, SKYRIM on Xbox One X offers very little. All right, side by side with PS4 Pro, it's virtually impossible to tell the difference. And while some elements like shadow quality could possibly be improved, okay, could possibly be improved with the higher level preset imported from the PC game, that's not on the table here. All we could spot in terms of further, and this is the game that's out now, so I don't want to hear no thing of, oh, there's going to be another patch coming. Look, if I go up to the store and buy this right now, this is the game I would get right now. Okay, it's essentially the same damn game I got on my PlayStation. So, you know, but we'll keep on moving, okay? So, let's see here. All we can do is spot in terms of further visual tweaks comes down to a shift in ambient occlusion, which seems to get a subtle, okay, let's look at these words. Subtle, let's look at essentially identical, okay? Let's see here. These should not be virtually impossible to tell the difference. Those three phrases should not be existing when all we've heard about for the last 16 months is the beast is coming. Okay? This is a little bit more. This falls into the aggregate of a little bit more, like 95% of the other games. The only game that stands out is Shadow of War. Shadow of War by far stands out. So, you know, we're going to keep on moving because, oh, it gets worse, I'm sure. So, all right. So we'll keep going now. Where was I? Okay, before I was interrupted by my own ego. Okay. So, okay. All we can do, says all we could spot in terms of further visual tweaks comes down to a shift in ambient occlusion, which seems to get a subtle upgrade in terms of additional shadowing in the nooks and crannies. I mean, this is sad, guys. Okay, this is 6 meaning more than 4. However, there have been movement. However, there has been movement elsewhere within the code. And it's in turn both welcome and a touching surprise. Dynamic resolution scaling across the horizontal axis as seen in Fallout 4. So now we have confirmation that Fallout 4 is also dynamic resolution. All right, this is confirmation of that. Okay, we don't even have to read. This confirms Fallout 4 dynamic 4K, which I don't have a problem with. But remember, all these suckhole front riding bitches were talking about 4K native uncompromised. Look, it's gonna be our 1080p moment. We're gonna rub it in your face, man. Get the F out of here with your BS. Just get out of here. Okay, you got the whole PUBG egg on your face. Now you're getting this in your face too? Really? Really? And I have this device. I have this device, so I don't want to hear, I don't want people to say, well, you don't even have the device. I got the damn device. Okay? I got the device. So it says Fallout 4, okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here we go. Dynamic scaling across the horizontal axis as seen in Fallout 4. As also makes its way across the Xbox X platform. SKYRIM port. Okay, it's surprising because no such technique is in place on the PS4 Pro version, meaning that on paper, at least, because that's all we got, the Sony console will have a resolution advantage over the Xbox One X in very select scenes. So they're talking about dynamic 4K versus native 4K. Okay. All right. So they put that, it says in very select scenes. That's something of a surprise, bearing in mind Microsoft's huge memory bandwidth advantage and a lead in order of 43% in relative to GPU compute power over its rivals. This thing does a little bit much. Okay. In one particular effect-heavy scene, we noted a resolution drop. Again, it's dynamic 4K. Okay. So it's going to have drops. Dropped to a minimum of 2944 by 2160. Though the impact is fleeting, again, that means it's not that big a deal, all right? And we're very soon back to the full fat 3840 by 2160p native Ultra HD. The same scene is confirmed as playing out at full resolution throughout on the Pro. So, but overall, we say that the Xbox One X game is a more preferable experience. Okay, the dynamic resolution scaler works exactly as it should in maintaining consistent performance. So, it says, and that's something that the Pro version can't deliver. In fact, back in the day, we noted, and this is true, that the Pro version actually ran less smooth than the base PS4 edition, something that unfortunately hasn't changed in the last 12 months. So, what Sony did was they got 4K native on their device, but again, it takes a hit in performance. The same thing has happened on the PlayStation or on the Xbox. And guys, this game is 6 years old. So, oh my goodness gracious. So revisiting Skyrim, there, a lot 30 FPS is still off the table for pro users. Yes, I was just saying that. With the 4K volumetrics and intense alpha-heavy effects, clearly causing performance problems for the Sony console. And it's here that Xbox X delivers a palpable improvement experience. So because they went to dynamic 4K, they're able to slide, again, and give their performance a more of a boost, okay? But they're taking a hit in the resolution. So, and I don't think this game has HDR. So side by side with Pro, there's a significant improvement in the problem areas, and on the occasions when the dynamic scaler does kick in, the resultant softness is hard to spot. I mean, again, that should not be happening on this device. In a presentation that's already going through the temporal anti-aliasing filter, given the choice between a straightjacket resolution and noticeable judder. So compared to a more elastic pixel count, ooh, I like that word, elastic, and more consistent action, we take the latter. So again, they prefer performance over the graphics. So that's Digital Foundry. So, which I don't care. I mean, I don't care if it was native or dynamic. The game is 5-6 years old. This is hilarious though. It's just a little, okay. The need for dynamic resolution at all, bearing in mind that the specs differentiate between the Pro and the Xbox X. So All told, though, Skyrim X1 delivers the goods, like the article said at the beginning. By and large, you do get the 4X or 4K, 4X resolution. That's 4 times 1080p, okay? Upgrade the hardware is capable of, and unlike the Pro version, there are no disadvantages versus the game running on base hardware. There's definitely the sense that more could have been done here. Perhaps more on PCs, quality sliders could have been pushed further. But things stand. Xbox X does deliver the best console version of Skyrim available. Only, again, because of the performance, not because of the way it looks. So I think this is a little bit much, okay? A little bit much. And hopefully this is the end of the fanboy. And we no longer have to worry about them running around saying that there's a significant difference and things like that. So, oh my goodness gracious. Let me come back to the chat one more good time. See so chat. This beast console running 4K 60 uncompromised. It's being beaten in this game graphically by the PlayStation. What's going on there, guys? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Let's see. I saw Deep Down before. Yeah, I saw that. Deep Down by Capcom. Yep. Yeah, hopefully they announce some kind of they announce something with Capcom. So so yeah. But yeah, guys, that's that was that article. That is Digital Foundry. That is the teardown, and I think we have confirmation of a little bit more. So So yeah, consoles don't have access to full ultra setting. Yeah, you're right about that. Yeah, I don't disagree with you. I think it's a good. I mean, I like Skyrim, and I think it's available on all 3 platforms. I do believe it is available on the Switch as well. So. Yeah, they have the power but have no games. Yeah, it's and again, native on Pro, dynamic on X. Yeah, that's according to Digital Foundry. So at that point, it's all over. So yeah, a little bit more 4K, 4 kinda. Yeah, that's a good one. I like that. So and 4 kinda. Yeah, I like that. So yeah, they're just gonna have to slap it up, flip it, and rub it down. Yeah. Well, yeah, Corey's right. Non-PS4 Pro gamers were not talking about the Pro before comparing. I don't disagree. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, again, the Pro was developed just to play games at higher resolutions, and that's it. If you had a 4K TV, that's why it's here. So I mean, I've read that out loud already. So yeah, so that was Digital Foundry, folks. I'm pretty sure this is I'm pretty sure this guarantees a little bit more. What happened? I don't know, Spartan God. Yeah, I'm disappointed in no 1080p 60 mode because you know what? Metal Gear 5 came out on the PS4 like in 2015, and it can do it's doing 1080p 60. So yeah, I don't disagree with that. Yeah, the true exclusive is screen tearing. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, look, if you want to go back and play the game, and again, I'm used to that game being the way it is. So they're basically saying it's a smoother version of it. So Shadow of War, just look. No, Psycho Gamer again. No. We have said, and we have capitulated. Everybody has capitulated that Shadow of War by far is doing a hell of a lot more. I've said that, I don't know, for the last 3.5 weeks. That you can't deny that. But if you're going to say, if we're not going to deny that, we're not going to deny that all these other games are falling into the aggregate of a little bit more. Shadow of War does not fall into that aggregate. There's no, that's fine. And no problem with that. So, you know, and again, I don't care that the game is dynamic 4K. I've said that. I mean, as long as the game works, that's all that counts. So, so yeah, it's unfortunate, you know, you know, but that's just the way it is. Yeah, well, Robert, Xbox is doing exactly what they said it was going to do. It's going to, if you want to go and play a bunch of old games, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm playing a 10-year-old franchise in Mass Effect. So there's nothing wrong with that, but I don't want to hear this crap of it's doing all everything. Things look significantly better. They don't. They just don't. So 2 times the resolution, not on this game cycle, not on Skyrim. Skyrim is 4K native on the Pro, and it's not on the Xbox. That's just a reality of the situation. You got to deal with that. What's going on, Sick Human? Shadow of War is trash. Well, I thought it was okay. I kept getting killed on it, so but I thought it was. But I'm not into that whole Lord of the Rings thing. So, you know, but I you know, it's to me, if we're going to say Shadow of War is the standard of significantly better, no other game, none is falling into that category. So I mean, none. So, you know, yeah, they say. Yeah, they will say, but Craig, we have to give the developers time. Yeah, well, they've had time. You know, that's just the reality. They've had time and they could not do. I mean, you can't do 4K. If you notice, even on the Xbox, the 4K native games are getting killed when it comes to not resolution, when it comes to the way the game plays. Performance is really lacking. So what they did on the PlayStation was they, in essence, said, we're just going to give you the way it runs. It runs the exact same way. Okay, it runs the exact same way on the PlayStation as it does on the old stuff, you know, but it does not, but they gave you higher graphics. Okay, they gave you 4K, where, you know, native 4K, whereas at the other people, you know, the other group of people, they couldn't do that. Okay, they didn't do that on the Xbox. They gave you a better performance. So it's kind of, I mean, again, it's like Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15 graphically looks and runs a little bit better on the Xbox. It just does. Okay, but it performs better on the Pro. So, which means that's a little bit more. So, and as an 1800p console, yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with that. Ain't nothing wrong with 1800p because Aloy, Horizon's 1800p, Mass Effect's 1800p, GT Sports 1800p. So there's nothing wrong with that, and I don't mind checkerboarded resolution or dynamic resolution, whatever. But them running around talking about it was going to be significantly better, it's not doing that. Okay, and we're at the end of the year. I mean, they're no longer comparing games coming out this year. Okay, the next game to come out is going to be PUBG, and it's going to be compared to running 60 on the PC. So, you know, so it's yeah. I mean, look, Shadow of War. I don't even argue that one. That game does look better on the Xbox. So, you know, that's just a reality. That is just a reality on it. So. You know, so now tell what to me. Yeah, somebody can come in here and tell me something. What happens if Microsoft doesn't bring real first party? Well, they are. They're going to bring Gears. They're going to bring Halo. They're going to bring Forza. So they will. Yeah. And so look, I mean, so somebody did ask me a question. They asked me about if Microsoft system doesn't sell well, what do I think they'll end up doing? And to me, they'll make another Xbox. I mean, you know. Yeah, Xbox One X. Yeah, well, I think they should have focused on 1440p. So, it's 2160p. Okay. I didn't know that, but is it dynamic 4K on iDie, or is it? I mean, I'm just asking. So, yeah, I'm not saying that GT Sport's a better game than Forza. Yeah, I agree with that. There's nothing wrong with Forza though, and you got to give a shout out to Forza because both GT and Forza, they've been around for years. I mean, my goodness gracious. So. So it's checkerboard, yeah, checkerboarding. I think checkerboard rendering is done on Mass Effect as well. There's nothing wrong with checkerboard, so nothing wrong with that. So Oklahoma is murdering TCU. It is 17-0 right now. And see, I never played Horizon in performance mode, so because it performed about the same. So I mean, I'm not here to say it wasn't frame rate drops, but when you were fighting one-on-one, I didn't see any major drops. But maybe it does have it. It can't run 4K 60 on Xbox One X. Yeah, apparently it can't. And they were comparing it to the Pro, and it's 4K native on the Pro. I mean, it's just a reality. So, oh, shout out to the 50 people that are here. What's up, everybody? Anybody got any questions? Now's your time to ask the questions, guys. Let's bring the questions on. Don't be scared. I want the Xbox community to explain to me why why Skyrim, which is 5 years old or 6 years old, is running better on the Pro than it is on the Xbox X when the Beast was coming and the PlayStation community was afraid of it and all that. I mean, I'm asking. I am asking. You don't have to worry about hard aid and bond. Somebody explain that to me now. So somebody explain this to me now. So, I'm waiting. So Horizon Zero Dawn is open world. Witcher matches it pretty well. So, yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is arguably the best looking open world game ever created. Okay, I mean, but I've not seen it. What is the 1080p build of Horizon Zero Dawn versus the 1080p build of Witcher 3 on the PlayStation? So, I mean, I'm just asking. And Monster Hunter is looking to be pretty good too. So, Witcher 3 looks like last gen game right now. Well, wait a minute, but several people have got Witcher in 4K on the Pro. And they said it looks pretty good. But I mean, I'm not going to go back and play it because that game took me over 100. I was 100 and maybe 120 hours into that game. So, well, Andrew, remember the Xbox community loses debates because they make their argument from an emotional standpoint, not from a logical one. So, I agree, Witcher 3 is gorgeous. And I've always said I thought Witcher 3 was the better of the two, but it's Witcher 3. Horizon Zero Dawn is the first iteration of the game. Yes, I'm getting Monster Hunter because it has Aloy, but I'm going to wait until the Aloy DLC comes out. So, what about Witcher 3 in 4K on the Pro? Doesn't that look good? I'm just asking. So, yeah, Witcher 3 is Witcher 3 is one of the best looking games, and it's just a good story. But guys, look, it's Witcher 3. It's the third iteration, and we're talking about what I'm talking about is Horizon Zero Dawn is the first iteration. So so yeah. It does look awesome. It's 1800p. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Jay Fon said Gears 4. Again, Gears 4. Listen to what you're saying. Gears 4 of the fourth iteration of a game should look better than the first iteration of any game. That's what I said on that. I was on that podcast, and I said, look, if you all can't see that Gears is in its fourth iteration, and Horizon's in its first iteration, and Horizon's being compared to that. And again, Horizon Zero Dawn blows away Gears on base hardware. Okay, but that Gears build in 4K, you've heard a lot of people tell you all this. That's the definitive game on that console. All right. So Horizon looks better. Yeah, Horizon looks better than Witcher 3 or anything. Okay, well that's an opinion. But any questions? See, no Xbox guy can answer why the Pro version of the Xbox game. Well, I'm sorry, why the Pro version of Skyrim looks better than the Xbox version. So, yeah, for first attempt, Horizon's impressive. It absolutely blows me away. So, yeah, the Last of Us 2 trailer looked pretty damn good too. Yeah, it's and remember, the head of Naughty Dog Studio said they were shooting for Horizon Zero Dawn. So well, Blackbuster Critic, I don't think ever lost a debate in his life. So, I mean, he was demolishing people in those debates. I mean, that was years. I mean, that was man, y'all go back in the time machine, man. I wonder what happened to him, man. I don't know if he still does podcasts or anything like that, but yeah, he's a pretty cool dude. So yeah. Because Des put more work on in PS. Yeah. We'll have to wait and see. Well, you technically will get some Horizon DLC with Monster Hunter, but yeah, I agree with you. It does suck. He got a job and stopped. Okay, all right. Well, I mean, he destroyed the Xbox fanboys. I mean, he destroyed one guy to the point where I mean, he was just destroying people. So he quit YouTube. Okay, well, I mean, I know he was working at Blockbuster, so that's where the Buster comes out in his name. So that's why you got the Buster part. Yeah, The Last of Us 2 does look pretty good. So yeah, but shout out to Blackbuster Critic, the BBC. So no, yeah, he got a good job. Yeah, that's cool. So The Last of Us is a movie. It's already been made. It's called Maggie. It's got Arnold Schwarzenegger in it. It's pretty much a make of The Last of Us. Yeah, YouTube making people get real jobs. Yeah. Well, yeah. Big shout out to him though. Yeah, I know. I got you, Cycle. You're right about that one. Yeah, Xbox, they had a tough day yesterday with that PUBG bill, but I've explained that at the beginning of the video why in the world why they took that is the way they took it. So, and from PUBG to all these other games, they're going to take L's for the rest of this generation because that console is just doing a little bit more. So it's just a reality. So I mean, again, I don't care that PUBG is 30 frames per second. If you Xbox guys thought that a game that even on a Titan can't run good, you thought it was going to run better on that console, that's a dumb thing for those guys. So Xbox guy, okay, Halo Storm. Oh my goodness. What's up, Xbox guy? How you doing this Saturday afternoon? They've been having it rough. So British-born Christian. So y'all are silly. It looks like TCU is at least attempting to try to make a game out of this. They're getting smashed though right now. He changed his name to Xbox guy. All right, well, Xbox guy, glad you're doing okay, Xbox guy. So 4K taco is filling. It was very good. I'm glad I ate my 4K taco. So it was yummy. So does anybody have any questions? Or because I've been here for an hour and a half. So you getting hate for playing on Xbox? I'm not hating on nobody playing on Xbox. Touchdown, TCU. All right. Yeah, yeah, he had those dudes running. I agree. So, does anybody have any questions? Key neutral Cobra. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah. So yeah. Well, all right, guys. Man, if there are no more questions, I'm going to jump on off here. And like I said, big shout out to all you guys for coming out. And yeah, I think it's the end of the whole. What if the X price dropped to 400? I think they'd sell a lot more consoles, but that's just my opinion. Um, from what I saw of it, I wouldn't have paid no more than $250 for it. So, and what that's just my opinion though. PSX, we talked about that. My personal prediction is that Sony announces a partnership with Capcom. Okay, that's just my opinion though. So, when he said Gears 4 on X1 is a generational leap, it's not a lie, Andrew. That's his opinion. He's welcome to his opinion, right? And everybody that has got Gears 4 on Xbox X has said it. I mean, even shout out to Kratos and Sick Humor. They both came in here and said that Gears looked phenomenal. So, but it's not that big a deal. So, Devil May Cry, okay. Yeah, we're going to find out if Devil May Cry is going to be exclusive to PlayStation. So, my prediction is that it will only be a timed exclusive. That's my prediction. So, when's the UFO podcast? I'm going to do one tomorrow night, actually, and that will be on my other channel. So make sure you all sub to my other channel. If you could, Savage User, could you drop the link of the other channel in here, brother? Death Stranding, I think they're going to show that at VGA. So, Gears of War 4 on a 4K screen. Yeah. Well, I mean, again, my understanding, I don't have it. Look, I beat Gears on the Xbox One S, and it was 1080p, and it looked good on that screen. It had HDR on it and everything. So no problem, I die. No problem. So I thank you all for being here. I mean, wow, we had over close to 50 people watching. That's that may be a personal best, so I do appreciate it. And all the new Xbox guys, thanks for subbing. I don't mind being your Pope of Xbox, and we're just gonna keep it 100%. So, so, the link, yeah. Hopefully, I can. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that from here. I'll just put it on my Twitter page. So, there it is. Yeah, just click on that. Raul, click on that, my brother, and that'll be the channel I'm on tomorrow, probably about 9 o'clock. So that channel sucks. Oh my God, it doesn't suck. I'm still building that channel, so you can, as long as I can be the Pope. Yeah, if you want to be the Pope of PlayStation, that's fine. I mean, that's cool. All right, thanks, Ryan. I appreciate subbing to that other channel, brother. Yeah, that's going to have the UFO, the politics. That's going to be on that channel because there's people who only want games only, and I respect the hell out of that. So, no, I don't do any roasting on my channels, none. So, yeah, there's no roasting. So, all right, man, appreciate you subbing there, Raul. So yeah, but I'm seriously, guys. I mean, there's a lot of college football on today, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I also need to call this girl to see if she's still at the mall. So, but there's football on now. There's a game on at 4 o'clock. There's a game. There are 2 games tonight, and I got to work tomorrow. So yeah, big shout out to all you guys in the chat. Again, you all hit the like button if you like the content. If you really like the content, hit up the PayPal and donate. Any donation over $10 gets you a T-shirt. Once the T-shirts get made, that's the reality. Any donation over $10 on the PayPal gets you a T-shirt. So, and that's reality. But all the shirts are going to be one size fits all. So, well, Halo Storm. I'm sorry, Xbox guy. I've been here since noon. So, and there's actually a college football game on I do want to watch. So, And so just go back and listen to it because I dealt with the whole PUBG embarrassment for the Xbox community. So if you want to, go back and listen to it and write down in the chat what you all thought about how they got owned. So so it's just so you know. So you have enough T-shirts? Okay. Well, nobody can have enough T-shirts. So, but all right, I understand. So, but I appreciate you all being here, and I appreciate everybody that subbed. So and I thank you all. So, but I'm gonna get on up out of here, guys. I mean, I do appreciate it. If anybody has any more questions, now's the time to ask. But if not, I'm gonna get on up out of here. And everybody's got to get to their own Saturday. It's 1:30 in on the Eastern Seaboard. So, and everybody's got stuff to do. It's Saturday. We're about to get an Arctic blast. So, I need to make sure I got all my ducks in a row. So, but yeah, in the stream. Yeah, I think I'm going to, guys. Remember, here, this has been Craig Harris, the Pope of Xbox. And remember, guys, if you go out tonight, wear white. Take it easy. Peace.